Welcome to Artificial Intelligence for Business and Digital Commerce. My name is Ramsey Elia, and I will be your professor in this course. I also, just to make it simpler, it's really Artificial Intelligence 101. And so we're going to be covering a lot of different emerging technologies, everything you need to know to get started on the future. And we'll talk a little bit more about this. I'm not going to introduce myself because there's some bio videos that I created for you guys, so you guys will be able to look at those later. This presentation is really to focus on how the course is structured. So basically, there's a number of deliverables that are going to be based on video lectures. So this is a video-based course. Like most courses today online, Coursera, Udemy. I have a course on Udemy, and so a lot of these courses are now based on videos. It's really the trend for the future, and it's based on a Khan, the Khan Academy philosophy. So you guys, I also put a video for you guys explaining that, and that should be easy enough to follow. So these videos, which are video lectures around various topics, master classes, and my point of view in certain cases, these are the basis for the course. And then all the deliverables really are, all of them are based on these videos. So the videos, they're essential. They're essential for this whole course because this is how you learn. So there's going to be a number of different presentations. This is a business plan incubator course. So the idea is that you launch an AI business at the end of this course. There's going to be a number of debates and videos where you give me your thoughts and, some questionnaires, very short questionnaires on, after videos, I typically ask you, 2 to 5 questions, multiple choice or whatever. So very simple, nothing groundbreaking, but it's basically, it's almost like a third. It's 35% is the business plan presentations, 30% is the debates, and obviously 35% is your thoughts, both in the form of 8 2-minute videos or the answers to these short questionnaires. I call them reinforcement learning quizzes, and you'll see those at different points after different videos, etc., or at the end of each section. So at the beginning, you're going to see the syllabus presentation documents, and I also give you guys an explanation here about this whole digital incubator challenge, which is the entrepreneurship track, which is this business plan competition, so that we can get you guys your startups polished up and launched and funded as quickly as possible. I know at this point what you're thinking, and you're thinking, wow, this probably sounds like a lot of work. And yeah, I won't lie to you, there's a lot of work involved. And by the way, it's not more than 8 hours a week, which is what this course is supposed to be. So don't think that we can violate the IBERO rules there. But I will tell you the truth, this course is very necessary. In China, they're teaching artificial intelligence from high school. In other parts of the world, they're really taking this seriously. And unfortunately, in Mexico, we're way behind the 8 ball. We are way behind the curve. I really should be apologizing to you on behalf of the IBERO and on behalf of the entire Mexican education system for not having taught you this before. This should not be your first course on artificial intelligence. This should be your 10th or 15th course on artificial intelligence for business. So I'm very concerned because artificial intelligence is something that's going to impact every single industry at every single level. And actually, the more you know about artificial intelligence, you know, the more you realize you develop this AI anxiety. No, you become worried about the future. But this course is about exactly the opposite of that. It's about taking control, getting empowered, and basically knowing what you ignore so you can take advantage of the opportunities. Because at the end of the day, what do you want it, how do you want your future to be? Artificial intelligence can be a problem that can last for 3 decades, or it could be a force that keeps you going. So, you know, that's really what we're talking about here. What do you want it to be? And so I suggest you make friends with artificial intelligence. It can be your best ally. It could be the thing that makes you close those deals, can get those jobs and land those contracts. Or it can be the question that's always looming, because this is going to be a question that's going to be constantly out there. Do you have experience in artificial intelligence? How much machine learning do you know? Are you familiar with natural language processing protocols? How much do you know about blockchain? Are you familiar with IoT coding techniques? Do you know what digital marketing and CRM and so you're gonna keep facing this again and again, because tell me any industry, give me any industry, and I can tell you, and those are some of the examples that we're gonna watch. Every industry, in order to survive, needs to be a data-based industry. And if it's not a data-based industry, it's not going to work out. So, I would recommend that you really take advantage of the fact that some visionary people in the IBERO decided to implement this course, and they've been very supportive of me. And for 4 semesters, I've been teaching. You can ask all my students, all of them, yes, they worked hard, but at the end, when those AI muscles are built and are strong, you're going to be very, very thankful. Plus, this is just the first of many courses that you will be taking. But because right now, this is the only course that is offered at the IBERO, the only course that is offered at the IBERO on AI for business, that means that, the rest of your AI education, you're going to have to take control. And I'm going to give you the resources at the end to take control and to be able to continue your AI education, but you're going to have to do that. So this is the first week. We're going to come into, and I'm going to show you, the reason I'm doing this setup here is I can show you, kind of both sides. So we're going to start with welcome to the AI hurricane. And the reason why it's a hurricane is because it's not just AI. There's blockchain, and there's IoT, and there's chatbots, and virtual reality, and augmented reality, and CRISPR, bioengineering, and mega cities. There's a lot that we're going to cover. And when you put it all together, all of these are suffering enormous advancements. And when you combine all of these advancements in all of these areas, in addition to artificial intelligence and machine learning and all of the stuff, that's where you get not small jumps and small advances, but huge leaps forward in every single industry. And that's why it's becoming so important that you learn this stuff. So here we're going to cover purpose and intent, doing well by doing good. This is a great philosophy, motivation. And I always give you guys optional stuff. So I'm going to give you a lot of optional stuff. And obviously that's optional. But for those of you, again, the goal of this course is not that you pass the course. You're going to pass this course. The goal of this course is that you learn what you ignore, and you can basically survive what's coming, because a hurricane is coming. And if you're not prepared, you're going to be swept away. And your parents' businesses are going to be swept away. And the employers that you work for are going to be swept away. and really there's a lot of things that are going to change over the next decade. And if you're not prepared for these things, you're going to spend you're going to have a, you're not going to have a nice time. You're going to have a really hard time adjusting. So this is, it's not going to be all um, you know happy news because there's going to be a lot of eye openings and a lot of, les van a caer muchos veintes, as they say in Spanish, but it will be worth it. I guarantee you, based on my experience with your friends and colleagues from previous semesters. At the end, it is such a feeling of satisfaction, and they come out ready and they want more, and they're launching businesses, and they're taking masters in artificial intelligence, and they're getting into Python and coding, and they're learning all these other things. And that's, at the end of the day, that's what you want, no? Being excited about the changes that are coming versus being fearful of the changes that are coming. So week one is this AI hurricane. So we kind of like lay it on thick, and we kind of show you, big picture, kind of what this is all about. And we begin with our deliverables, which you create basically a bio video about yourself, since there's a few videos there about me. So we create you create the video so we can get to know each other. Then and I show you some AI tools, and I'm gonna always try to show you some AI tools. And then we get into the business plan presentation, and this is the beginning. So in the beginning, you only present the concepts, and we start you off slow, but we're going to start building speed as we go through. So then comes week number 2. And week number 2 is going to be the basically intro to data, data and journey mapping. So here, for example, if we go into learning activities, what you'll see is a number of videos. So, and I put the length of each video, so there's, you basically can see, this is Kai-Fu Lee, which is an amazing AI thinker. You're gonna get to see the best AI thinkers in the world, and then a few questions on Kai-Fu Lee, then the evolution of virtual reality, the dangers, the ethics, the how it works, big data and analytics on the cloud. And so we're gonna basically see, it's a combination. It's a strategy course. So, but we do get into a lot of the technology. So here, you're going to be able to see how Maurice Conti generates car designs with algorithms, and then some questions about that, and the supply chain with the nervous system, and that's how the whole basis for IoT. What are cognitive APIs? We're going to show you a lot of things, the macro areas of data productivity, and how to do journey mapping. What's the hero position in a data arena, and so on and so forth. So you're going to see my point of view in certain cases, and then comprehension reinforcement quizzes, etc., etc. So it's going to be the data part is really important, because part of the exercise here is to teach you how to think. Every business is a data business, no? So that's basically week 2. We're also going to look at the in week 2.5, the next generation real estate industry. Virtual reality is about to change completely the real estate industry. So we're going to look at that, because that's one of the most important industries in Mexico. And so we're going to look at all these virtual reality tools and how they're being used. And, I'm going to give you my point of view. Why did I separate my point of view? Because I don't want it to be really like a class. I want it to be, this is one more opinion of all these experts that you're going to listen to. This is one more opinion. I'm not the AI guru. I'm not the AI whisperer. I don't have like a crystal ball that tells me how the future is going to be. So, you should take all my points of view with a grain of salt. I may be right, I may be wrong, but that's not the important part. I'm trying to teach you guys how to think, how to develop scenario planning for the future, and how to think about, when a hurricane is going to hit, you don't know where it's going to hit. You don't know where it's going to make landfall. So you have to prepare for different scenarios. And that's what I'm going to prepare you for, so that you're ready to hit the future, without missing a step. So, we're going to look at all these real estate things and, videos. A lot of these videos are very short, the long, there's 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. So they're simple videos. A lot of them are very, they're great produced. I picked a really great set of videos for you to learn all this stuff from the experts around the world. And so you should have a lot of fun with that. The next is CRM and digital marketing. And digital prospecting now has become the most important thing post-COVID. So I had to add this because, people needed to know how to use Salesforce and HubSpot and all these other CRMs in order to prospect digitally and do inbound marketing, because it's literally like finding flowers in the desert. That's how a lot of people feel that finding clients in the internet is today. So you're gonna see basically, where you're gonna learn from the best marketers in the world. You're gonna learn growth hacking from the Growth Tribe in Europe, and digital marketing techniques from, some of the best marketeers in the US. We're gonna see chatbots and viral campaigns that are hilarious. And here is where also we're gonna get into some of these new things. And I'm gonna grade this course. It's gonna be, not 100%, but 120%. So I'm gonna give you guys a 20% opportunity to basically score higher in this course. So you can score basically a 12 over 10, no? Because I'm gonna give you guys optional opportunities to basically create different works. So let me show you what that looks like. So here, like I said, we're gonna go growth hacking, digital marketing techniques, chatbots, etc. But in the deliverables section, the normal deliverables are gonna be the business plan slides, and there you're just week to week, we're going to be doing different slides, just 5 slides every week, and not every week because it's only 11 out of the 16 weeks. But, we're going to do 5 slides maximum. The goal is not to kind of bog you down and work. The goal is that every week you make your business better. You make your business stronger. So, and at the end, we create your pitch deck so that you guys can go and pitch investors and get money for your startup. But so this is the mandatory part. This is the graded part, and this is going to be the I'm going to give you 5 coding assignments, and this is the first of 5. But we're going to install Anaconda on your computer, so we're going to install Python. And this is a very simple coding assignment that allows you to transform any PDF. You're going to be able to transform it into a book reader. So you don't have to buy audiobooks anymore. Of course, it's just, it's a gimmick. Of course, we're going to continue buying audiobooks, but it's very simple. It's 12 lines of code. Here I explain everything. It's really not difficult at all because I guide you step by step. 13 lines of code. And at the end of the day, the chatbot starts speaking, literally starts reading your PDFs and basically can read entire books. So these little exercises are optional and are basically opportunities for you to gain extra points, and of course teach you Python. Because this course is not a computer science engineering course. So Python is not a part of the curriculum. I'm putting it as an additional because you're going to need these tools. You're going to need machine learning because no matter what you do, marketing, finance, real estate, I mean, machine learning is going to impact everything. And in machine learning is the new Excel. And if you don't know how to use, Excel, you pretty much can't do anything in the business world today. So in a few years, when we're all using big data and we have, things with 2 million lines of code, the only way to resolve those things, 2 million lines of data, the only way to go through that data is with Python and basically machine learning. So this is something that you will have to learn. So I'm creating a fun way to learn it, and with incentives. It doesn't get any easier than this, guys. I'm basically giving you extra points to learn something that is going to change your lives and is going to change your future. Like literally, you guys many of you will score 12 out of 10. I've actually had that, there's a lot of 10s in my class because of this situation, but I've done it every semester. And, students love this component. They actually love it because they learn something that they've always been afraid of. And there's no reason to be afraid of Python. It's a very simple language if you learn it the right way and with the right professors. So I'm going to give you all the tools. This one is a very important one. We're going to see the future of retail. This is huge. This is going to be very, very important. We're going to cover a lot of things here. We're going to cover, VR and basically how retail technologies are changing, and there's so many things that are impacting. In addition to COVID, the Apple glasses, and you're going to see the hottest products and the best, augmented reality marketing experiences. This course is a trip to the future, in many ways, because we spend half the time talking about what consulting companies like Bain, like Deloitte, like Alibaba, like like Anderson, Accenture, that I used to work for. What do they think of retail, and what do they think of the future? And then these, I give you these documentaries, but these are optional. This is a 2-hour documentary, but obviously I'm not going to make you sit through 2 hours of content. So all the videos are 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 9 minutes, nothing crazy. But at the end of the day, you get this optional, if you want, for those of you that want to learn more. And actually, you'll be surprised, many of you will actually want to learn more because you're going to have fun spending, half the time in the future. But you see, the future is not about the right skill set. It's about the right mindset. So half of this course, that's why I spend so much time in all this stuff. In the future, look at these things. I mean, here I have the future of retail, the future of transportation, no, the future of health, the future of education, working creativity, how Internet of Things is going to change everything, blockchain. So, it's really fun when you're doing these things and talking about the future, because it's going to be great conversation for your dinner table, believe me. So basically, this is week 4. We're going to cover a lot of the driverless, Elon Musk, the driverless revolution, these robo taxis, Google car, the Google, this whole driverless revolution. The Apple car is coming. We're going to be looking at the secret projects for Tesla, the 5G, the future of connected cars, etc. And we're going to start seeing a lot about China. China is taking the lead in artificial intelligence. China is taking the lead in e-commerce. China is taking the lead in electronic payments. China is taking the lead in 50 different areas. And this is not your grandparents' China. This is not, let's go and see the Great Wall of China, blah, blah, blah. No, this is a hardcore China that's bent on basically, achieving global leadership through artificial intelligence. And they are well on their way to do it. So they're fighting it in space, and they're fighting it on the air, and they're fighting it underground, and they are doing everything that they need to be doing. And I'm going to show you the new China, and you are going to be surprised, because this China is the one that spends $18 billion in a new airport, and that creates cities of 130 million people. These are the plans that China has for its future. It's enormously ambitious, and we're going to see everything about them. So stay tuned for that. That comes at the end. But yeah, this is the future of transportation. So here because China already has driverless buses in Shenzhen, obviously we're going to cover a lot of that. And then, here, when we get to your thoughts, it's basically the 1 to 2 minute video and the business plan presentation with the 5 slides. So as you can see, nothing too crazy. So really, you shouldn't be too concerned. Then we're going to go into the future of health, which is week 5. And here, the future of health, again, we're going to cover basically mental health, and how AI is this whole, e-conscience, and if lying is coming to an end, or because of synthetic media, it's just beginning. And there's there's optional videos for those that want to double down and learn more. We're going to see robotic surgeries, the workforce of the future by Accenture, how drones are delivering the future of healthcare, etc. Very, very exciting stuff. And this is to open up your mind, how blockchain is changing healthcare, how technology is basically changing everything, so that you guys can then bring that into your business plan presentations, and make those really, really fly. Obviously, we're also going to be looking at biotech and CRISPR. So biotech and CRISPR, this is gene editing, DNA editing. So we're going to be looking at that, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully, there's all these ethical considerations about designer babies, and what happens when you start modifying humans and making them superhuman, and there's a lot of things coming down in the next few years. All these are new industries. The CRISPR thing is really like 4 or 5 years old, so it's new even for universities. Week 6, we're going to be talking about the future of education. So here, we're going to be education, work, and creativity. We're going to see amazing creatives. We're going to learn about, Google's DeepMind. We're going to learn about, that's the other thing. You're going to obviously get to see some of the most influential companies and leaders through a lot of these videos. The future of college. There's college and the universities are going to change. In fact, this is part of like the first debate. I think this is the week that we have that first debate. But once we see the future of jobs, and the jobs that we'll lose to machines and the ones we won't, this is where we will go into the deliverables. And the deliverables are basically, what I do here is I set up a debate. This basically, think about it as a case study. It's just, it's a setup. And in this case, the dean, you're going to be the dean of the university, of this university, of IBERO. And you're getting basically 4 different proposals. And so we're going to be analyzing that, and we're going to be looking at that and how that's going to impact what the IBERO should do. So one team is going to represent the Continental Alliance. The other team is going to represent, Each team is going to have its representation and what they're going to be doing. And then we begin the round. So on Monday, team 1 video, team 2 video, team 3 video, team 4 video. These are your opening arguments. And then Tuesday, you basically, once you see the opening arguments for your peers, you basically expose their weaknesses. So team 3 will do the weaknesses of team 1, team 2 on team 4, etc. Then Wednesday we do the rebuttals. So that's when you craft a defense against the attack that was levied. So you guys will do, and all these are 2-minute videos, by the way. They're very quick. They're 2-minute videos that you can tape on your iPhone, and you guys take turns. So, one round is done by one team member, the other round is done by another team member, the other round is done by another team member. So it's not that complicated, but at the end of the day, when all of it comes together, because you have to, this is all the content from the video. So now you have to distill it into action, and that is how you learn. And then at the end of the day, we have a vote, and people vote, and that's what people get at the end. So the winning team gets double the points of the losing team, and so on and so forth. So think about it as the winning team gets a 10 and the losing team gets a 5. No. And then obviously our 5 slides from the business plan presentation, it has to do with education, work, and creativity. So that's week 5. I'm sorry, that has to do with, with education, health, and creativity. Then, so that was the week 6 education. Then week 7 is machine learning. So we're going to get, without getting too technical, we're going to learn, overviews of what is Python and what is React Native, and I'm going to teach you guys how to create apps, mobile apps without coding. And I'm going to teach you all the no-code tools out there that exist. But at the same time, you're going to have to learn the machine learning basics and understand, basically Python basics and JavaScript basics, and nothing too heavy, but it's just overview courses. Obviously, I give you the resources for the full courses, but those are optional. So I give you a lot of optional content so that you guys can basically continue your own education, as I've said before. In week 8, the Internet of Things. So we're going into a world with millions and millions of devices, trillions of dollars, 5G. There's going to be a Starlink satellite array that Elon Musk is putting up there. 6G is coming, the 4th industrial revolution, everything with different sensors in your bed, sensors in your chairs, sensors in your jackets, sensors in your pianos, sensors in the kitchen. Your life is going to be basically sensorized and filled with data. That's why we're going into an era of big data explosion like you've never seen, and that is why you need to learn this. That is why you need to learn all this stuff. IoT. So let's stop the recording there, and that will be the first of 2 videos, and I will come back and do the other 5 videos shortly.